Hi guys, I'm Tater,
I'm Justin.
and this is the
Wait, what?
podcast. Thanks for tuning in for our second part of how we met and became a couple.
Where did we leave off? We left off in the pre-trial. We call it a pre-trial.
Pre-trial.
The pre. How to say it?
Where we started to become friends.
Yeah, where we start to become friends.
Right.
And some things occurred to allow us to meet.
The main people that you guys might need to know is roommate, my other roommate Savannah, Tater, Justin, Jamie, and C.
And Josh.
And Josh. Those
Yeah.
are the main people that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
So I left off with, after she had this major talk with you about how y'all are just friends and
Yeah.
you guys can't be anything more. Yeah. So after that, we were just like, okay, this is it. You know, Justin and I are still friends. At this point, we had each other's numbers because,
Yeah.
as we said in the first part, we were in a class together.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
we started doing homework together and, you know.
Well, we need to tell them. So after that conversation, right?
Right.
As I said in the last one, I was completely oblivious to what this girl asked me.
Right.
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 I was not in the headspace to think that is someone that I was interested in.
Okay.
Right. If I'm interested in someone, they would have known. Right.
Right.
I would have had a number from the get go. I would have been calling, texting, probably hanging out with them alone. And
Right. It was a weird age gap, and
yeah,
he just didn't really think about it. He wasn't in school for a relationship.
exactly. So leaving off from there, we did that whole thing. However, we had the conversation. She was like, "What are we?" I was like, "Just friends." Like literally, I was just like, "Just friends." What do you mean?
Right.
Well, I was like, "We friends." I think you know. Like, I
And
was like,
she was like, just friends.
I didn't say I think. I say we friends.
And she said, just friends. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Savannah
yeah.
and I were listening on the opposite side.
Mhm.
For those of you freshly tuning in. And so we heard this whole conversation and we thought it was a terrible idea. And she did it anyways. And that was great. But
yeah. So that's the girl's perspective, by the way. Y'all were like, we're not going to stop hanging out. For me, it was like, I'm
There's no
pretty sure.
problem.
Yeah, I was like, there's no problem. Like, I'm going back
Right.
to this room. I thought absolutely nothing of this conversation.
Right.
Eh? Nothing bad, nothing about feelings and emotions. I was like, okay, that was it for the conversation. She made me wait like 3 days for that conversation. And
Right.
it wasn't even in the top of my head that I was waiting for it. You know
And
what I mean?
so he started just hanging out in our room, just with me and Savannah. My other roommate, she kind of just made herself scarce. Like she never really showed up anymore, and it was like, okay, but like it wasn't too bad. She was still cordial, like she would still say hi and whatnot, but a lot of the time she was either in the bedroom or
just non-existent.
Right.
Like literally, I would just remember I told you all in the last episode. Almost every single day, I was on that hall in the girls' rooms,
right.
and I was visiting other friends. Like I was always in another room,
Right.
And probably each day, like that I was in the dorms, I would check all the people that I knew. Same thing on the guys' side. I would check them, say hi and whatever. We would talk, get to know more people. Freshly in college in the US as a trainee, and don't know how to interact with these people as I learned.
Yeah.
So I was trying to learn as much as possible. It was a learning game for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, cool, normal. Like, that was it for the conversation. I went back to my friend room, which was right next door to theirs after that conversation.
Yeah.
Chill out for the whole night or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, not the whole night, but until curfew. And I went home, sleep.
Right.
Like nothing happened.
The next day, he came back and hung out with me and Savannah.
Yeah.
My other roommate was very cordial. Like we thought that she was okay. She didn't say that she was upset that he kept coming by. You know, it was just.
And yeah, she didn't say anything about it to me.
Or
and
me.
She didn't say anything about it to them. So they didn't think there was any issue there. And I didn't think there was any issue because there was no communication about it in direct order. You know what I mean?
And slowly, Justin and I started to become closer.
Yeah.
We started to become friends more than like roommate one was, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and more friends than you and Savannah were.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't like she was jealous of that. Like there was no signs that
nothing at all.
She was upset about it.
Yeah. And I wasn't, in all honesty, people just have this thing about Trinis and
Wait,
thing.
what?
People just have this stigma about Trinis and thing.
Okay.
About how they is act Trini man this and Trini man that.
Right.
I tell you earlier, literally none of that in that happened. Like
Yeah.
it was a straight cut thing in my head, and to she blew it up. She mother tell she this and that. What's not the bacchanal that start with this?
For those of you who don't know,
yeah,
if you guys weren't here last time, bacchanal basically means drama.
yeah. It has some terms that we're gonna learn it for these Americans and all that never heard before.
Right.
Bacchanal is like chaotic drama, things like that. For the Trini people, if I explain that wrong to the Americans, that's the simplest way I could think of it, honestly.
Right.
That's the way they understand it, you know? The real bacchanal happen. Like,
if you have another way,
and all kind of thing.
Right. If you have another way to explain it, comment down below. Maybe the Americans will go read the Trinity's comments.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, flash forward, Justin and I are friends. We're hanging out. We have each other's numbers. I don't really know how we got each other's Snapchats first.
Yeah. Snapchat was a thing on campus. And let me tell you something. As a person who's like at least a year to 2 years older than most of the people that just came into the school, it's weird to like have to interact on Snapchat. So yes, it was Snapchat first, but then it was also we found out we were in the same class together.
Yeah, so we got each other's number.
We were in the same class. Yeah. We got each other numbers because we had to do work and stuff, and it was easier to work in group settings.
At this point, I had been more introduced to Jamie and C than I was before, but Jamie and C, we weren't friends yet. Like we hadn't really like connected, you know.
Yeah, Jamie and C knew I was hanging out and whatnot, and they had a suspicion about it.
He would slowly start hanging out longer and longer and longer in my room, and which was fine to me. I didn't really think anything of it. But
the people that I used to hang out with, they knew that I wasn't hanging out with them as much.
Jamie and C, like he would go back and they'd be like, "So where were you?"
Yeah,
and he'd be like, "I was hanging out with other people." He's like, "Which people?" You know, just kind of like getting hints of like where he actually was going, and it was always, I was in Tater's room. That's always kind of like where it was.
That's what it turned into. This is after about 2.5 months I've been at school. This is about middle of October, something like that. Yeah.
And then there's this one story. He doesn't remember this at all.
I don't.
But it was when we were becoming closer. It was after the talk that roommate had with Justin. But we were passing on campus, and we made eye contact, and I smiled and waved, you know, smile and wave, boys. And he looked me in the eyes and just turned his head, didn't say anything, didn't acknowledge me. And I was like, he's with a friend. He doesn't want to talk to me. He's embarrassed of me.
So she passed me on campus. I cannot for the life of me remember her passing me on campus. When I tell her, this girl passed me straight on campus and say I blank she, you know. I didn't blank she.
Made straight eye contact with me and everything.
I think she make a blank. But anyways, even if it happened, I apparently blank she. But I was most likely walking with someone and talking. And when that happened, it's a tunnel vision, you know. I'm focusing on the person next to me and where I walk in.
So then it was the same week, I would say, because I was kind of butthurt. I wouldn't really say hi to him if I saw him on campus. I wouldn't try.
Petty.
But this one day I was walking back from class.
Yeah.
And from across, it was a sunny day. It was a cool day. So I was wearing overalls, this pink sweater. I remember I have a picture of me in it. I had little space buns on the top of my head with half up, half down, you know?
Yeah.
And from across the parking lot, I hear, "Oh my gosh, your eyes are so blue."
Yeah.
And I was like,
no, that wasn't a pickup line or anything, right? I literally spot her. Right, I have 20/20 vision. At this point, it's 20/26 vision.
Bruh.
I have perfect vision, right? And it was like a big parking lot, right? And we was about halfway across.
We were like at least 3 parking lot spots away from each other.
Yeah, if the parking lot spots is like vertical, like this, it's about 1, 2, 3,
4
space,
maybe
4.
Yeah.
About 4.5 car spaces away from me.
Right.
And I see she coming towards me. And I noticed the bluest eyes in the world walking towards me, you know. Literally the bluest eyes ever. And I didn't care what I used to say in terms of how I respond to people, because that's how we are, right?
Right.
As you said in the previous podcast, I was a little more direct, blunt. That's how my culture is. That's how we Trinis, you know, we get on a little crazy and things sometimes, right? And I see she and I was like, Wait.
He said, "Wow, your eyes are so blue."
I say, wow, you have your
Yeah,
eyes so blue.
You know,
like,
you have the bluest eyes.
you have the bluest eyes ever. Something like that. I said.
And for me, it was like, it wasn't really a compliment, but like it was an observation. I was like, yeah, thanks.
Yeah. As I say, it wasn't no thing to pull you or anything. I literally just like, my mind was like, I see people with blue eyes before. I see people with blonde hair, blue eyes, all kind of thing before, especially on campus. But that day, and even to this day, her eyes were the most blue eyes in the world, and it still is the most blue eyes in the world.
And I was wearing pink, and then the sky was really blue. Like there was a lot of factors playing. I was wearing contacts, so there was a lot of factors.
Nah,
like
it's just naturally your eyes.
A lot of factors playing into it.
Her eyes gorgeous.
But I didn't know how to reply because I was like,
yeah, I think she started blushing or something like that. Well, she was like, what happened in here?
It wasn't a compliment. It was an observation. So I was like, thanks, I guess. Like, yeah, they are. I appreciate
she didn't. She didn't go, thanks. She was like, thanks.
I was awkward. I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, and then we wouldn't, he was like, how's your day going? I'm like, good. I think this was the same day. And
I think I was with Josh.
No, you
with
were
someone.
I think you were by yourself.
No,
maybe I'm thinking of another day.
Yeah. I was with someone walking. I think it was Josh. It could have been Jamie. But no. It wouldn't have been Jamie. It would have been Josh.
Yeah.
I was with Josh walking, and I saw that. And that's to tell you how, like, where I was mentally.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, wow, I observing everything.
Yeah.
You know, I am learning, observing, like, paying attention to things. And I started talking to her more. And then this was like one of the first times I remember seeing you out of the room.
Yeah. And so because I was an introvert, I never really went out. I never really did anything. I was doing homework or hanging out with my roommates. Like, there was not really anything going on,
much,
you know?
Yeah, she had her own work and thing happening.
Yeah.
And like,
I was working too. So like sometimes I'd be off campus completely because I had my truck with me, you know?
Yeah. That incident happened. And I think that night I hung out with you.
I think so, yeah. So I was feeling, kind of guilty.
Yeah.
That I started having feelings for Justin when there was my situationship.
Right.
And so finally, because I knew he hung out with Jamie and C a lot, around this time, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go talk to Jamie because I knew he was close with Jamie. So I went next door. Like I said, we were next door neighbors. I went next door and I knocked on her door and I hear someone who's not Jamie say, come in. And I was like, okay. So I come in. They always left their door unlocked.
Yeah,
crazy.
That was the craziest thing to me. And we always tell them lock their door, but they
even
didn't
while
care.
They're sleeping, they left it unlocked.
That white girl thing, I can't handle that.
That was not me. That was all them.
Yeah, that was them.
But it must have been
a different kind of thing. Boy.
It must have been some Virginia thing because in Texas, no way.
Yeah.
No way. You lock all your doors, all your windows.
They lock your doors. We have gate bell with fence and security dogs and locks on the doors, burglar proof and everything.
Right.
So them just leaving the door unlocked. And it had security scanners to get into the building. But people used to allow guests into the building too.
Right.
So that was the danger.
Not everyone followed the rules.
Exactly. Yeah.
So anyways, I go next door, I knock. Someone tells me to come in and I know it's not Jamie because I've met her multiple times.
Yeah.
And I was like, I walk in and I see Sierra sitting on the couch and she's like, oh, I was not expecting it to be you. Cause I guess I did the knock that they do.
Yeah.
Which is like a triple knock, you know? And so she thought it was one of her friends. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, is Jamie here? I just have a question for her. And she's like, no, but is there something I can help you with? And I was like,
all these girls, boy, they're nosy, boy, nosy. I don't think I really talk to my partners. Not even, I barely talk to Josh about it at this point.
But if you think about it, Liv was already around and she was the one that was like.
Yeah, Liv was
and
poking.
Jamie was poking.
So Liv is a new character in this. At this point, I believe we went to an event. I was invited to an event. Yeah. And the first person to let me drive the vehicle, her name was Liv. Right?
Yeah.
She was at basketball at the school and whatnot.
And she knew my roommate, Savannah.
Right. So
they
that's
played basketball together.
Yeah, tight to get out real weird. But they invited me over to one of their roommate, like group events kind of thing. Right. And I asked them if I could bring my boy Josh because I was like, this girl,
wait, what?
I was like, I asked them if I could bring my boy Josh.
Boy Josh, gotcha. Yeah. I thought you said white Josh, and I was like, you don't have a white Josh.
I asked them if I could bring my boy Josh, and they was like, yeah. So I bring Josh, and Liv and Josh meet and they hit it off.
Right. So
Yeah.
they were dating.
Yeah. So
And Liv was kind of like, Justin, what are you doing? You're being stupid.
and Jamie and Sierra at this point was kind of like that too.
Right. Because he would
they-
always be at my apartment.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I go in and I was like, so I just have a conflict. Like, I don't know what to do. You know, I have this situationship. I explained the whole situationship to her and I was like, but then there's Justin. And like, I don't know if he likes me and y'all hang out with him more. Like, I don't know if he's just being flirtatious, which is fine. I'm a flirtatious person too. But I don't know if like he's trying to get anything going or if he's just being really friendly. And she's like, well, you know, we'll observe it a little bit, maybe make a pros and cons list to see. And like, maybe one day you'll have to have a conversation with him. And I was like, okay, like that's fair. That's a fair thing, you know. A few days go by or weeks. We don't know the timeline very well.
Yeah, I think it was a few days.
And like I said, we were on Snapchat, you know, and I get a snap from Justin and I'm awake a little past my bedtime because I was studying. And so I was replying to his text and he was like, oh, you're awake. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, why don't you come hang out with me? Like we can walk around the campus. And I was like, well, you know, no. Respectfully.
Wait. Let me tell you something about this, right? It had been at least a 2-week period where I was going to the room. The other roommate was already salty because I was going to the room.
Right.
And I apparently reject she. I didn't know she had liked me or whatever.
Right.
I was going to this room for a 2-week period. And I had tried to get this girl to go on a walk with me so much time. I tried to just get you to come out of the room. Right?
Yeah.
I tried to get you to leave the room and just hang out. You
Even
know what I
just
mean?
go to next door, but I
Yeah, she
still-
wouldn't leave the room.
Yeah.
So at one point, I think this is after you actually came out of the room and you talked to Sarah. I think that's what you said,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
And then I messaged her, and it was about 1, maybe 2 in the morning or something.
No. It was like 10, 11 maybe.
11.
And you messaged me, and then I
No, because
messaged
the
back.
timestamps on the photos is like 2 in the morning, 2, 3 in the
Yes,
morning.
but I messaged. Remember, we don't have all the texts. We didn't
Oh, right,
save it.
right.
So I messaged back, and he was like, "Oh, you're still awake?" And I was like, "Yeah, kind of. You know, I'm just having trouble sleeping." Well, then it hits around like 1 o'clock. I'm still awake because I'm contemplating situationship Justin. And
It was a done deal in my eyes already.
in my eyes too, I just didn't want to believe it. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. She was just holding on just in case I wasn't interested.
Yeah.
She thought she was holding on, but
Right.
at the same time, I was being very flirty. I haven't
confused.
been this way with someone on campus, let's say it that
Right.
way. And I wanted to keep things friendly, professional, you know? We were
Right.
doing schoolwork together, group settings together. We were how to say it? We were having conversations about life and whatever, a little deeper. This is what I was talking about with that last thing.
Right.
It wasn't just
surface level.
yeah, it was
like,
deeper. It was
right.
I tell you that calls, texts, Snapchat, whoever I had to use.
But we didn't- we
Whatever
weren't-
conversations I had to have, I was having it.
We weren't texting or calling yet. It was
No,
just
just Snap.
Snap. So
I think that yeah.
so
No,
this
yeah,
is
you're right.
still October.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is still October because it's
Mhm.
not Thanksgiving yet.
Yep.
So I was finally at 1 o'clock. I was like, okay, fine. I'll go on a walk with you. He's like, really? And I was like, yeah.
So here's the story about this. So we were texting. I'm pretty sure I was in bed. She didn't reply. I thought she's sleeping or whatever. So
I was trying.
yeah, so she said she was gonna sleep and whatever. I was like, all right, cool. And then she replied to me after I get into bed, and I fallen asleep at this point. And when she replied to me, I sent the message, let me go for a walk. And I get up, get ready. Before I don't think she even responded to me and say, yeah. I think I just come out of bed. I walk out to the girls' side of the dorms, and I just stand up outside, and she meet me outside.
Yeah. And so we go on this walk, and like the whole time, like, you know, when you like walk by someone and your hand like brushes and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. It was never like, oh, I'm so sorry. We just like let it happen.
Yeah.
And like this was the first time I've ever been around like the whole of campus. Like I've never,
Yeah,
I didn't go to the police station that's on campus. I didn't like go see any of the parks or the hotel that's on campus.
At this point, this is about 3 months in, right at the end of October.
Yeah, right.
I had already been around campus so much times. We went on this walk and we just walk and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's when I go into detail about my situationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like he said, it was a deeper conversation, and I kind of go into like my childhood and how things were then and how
Yeah.
things were different with him and his childhood. We don't get back to the dorms until like 3.
3 or 4.
Something it
Something
was
like that.
yeah, it was like late 3, early 4.
Well, I don't tell them already. I was up till that time anyway, so it didn't matter to me. But that night I
Right.
was actually going to bed, and I was like, I get out of bed. Like I can't sleep. Like
Right.
I always doing things. I active. You know,
Right.
I outside right through. You know what I mean?
So that was the first time that him and I had ever hung out like by ourselves. Before that, it was just like passing. Like
And
we
in
would
group
see each other.
settings,
Yeah.
in the room, that kind of thing.
Well,
yeah.
and then a couple days later,
Mm-hmm.
after this walk, we pass again in the I don't know if you remember this. We pass again in the parking lot. And he was like, I'm running late, like I slept in. And I was like, oh, well, have you eaten anything for the day? And he's like, no, I haven't. And I was like, okay, come by my place. I'll give you lunch. Like, you need to eat food.
Yeah, I remember this.
And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, I'm positive. Come by my place. I'll make you some food. So I made him a turkey sandwich. Or did I give you my sub sandwich from Firehouse? I gave you my sandwich.
Yes, Firehouse
my
sandwich.
favorite sub place is Firehouse Subs, okay?
For the Trinis that don't know what Firehouse Subs is, Firehouse Subs is like an elite version of the Subway. Literally.
Elite. It's
Like,
so
when I
much
say
better.
Elite, it's not even premium, it's elite.
It's
like,
so good.
The price a little bit higher. It's not no big $100 price and thing. It's literally
Right.
probably about $11 for a sandwich or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's so much better than Subway.
It's so much fresher and like I don't even know.
Yeah, Firehouse. If somebody could send a script to Firehouse and tag them and be like, "Hey, sponsor these people,"
Please,
that'd be real bad, you know, because Firehouse
and we get at least at that point. I would get a sub, a foot long, and I would have that for 4 meals with some like goldfish and some fruit.
Yeah, she would have like a whole lunch kit and thing all that. Like she had fruits, she had goldfish, she had tea sandwiches. She love a turkey sandwich.
I love a turkey sandwich or a turkey wrap.
Apple juice, like in the
no,
pack.
No, not apple juice.
What is this?
Applesauce.
Apple sauce in the pack.
My go-go squeezes.
Listen, I never even see this in my life.
So he comes by mid-afternoon. It was like 8 in the morning. I think he skipped our 8 a.m. class by accident. He slept through it.
I slept through and I came straight over.
So I was on my way. I was on my way walking, and that's when you passed me. So you came after your class for lunch.
Yeah. Something like that.
And so I give him the last bit, the last half, a 6-inch turkey sub from Firehouse.
And she really loved that. And I didn't know that at the time.
Nope, he didn't. He didn't, but I liked you that much that I gave you the last of my turkey sub. And he eats it all. Okay, remember, I'm splitting this into 4 meals. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it to him because he's a man. Maybe he won't eat it all. He eats it all. I'm like, okay. Plus some goldfish, plus some strawberries, plus some like
I tried the applesauce for the first time. I didn't like it too much, but you know,
right. So
I had to say what I had to say to, you know, keep the thing flowing.
I was feeding him, you know, like I gave him a full meal, right? Well, then after that, it just became a habit of me just giving him food.
Wait, we need to tell him. She feed me, and the only reason I didn't eat is because I didn't feel to cook. When I went on campus, I was cooking curry chicken, I was cooking fish, I was cooking bacon shark. Literally, I went and find all the ingredients to cook Trinidad food. I cooked dal and rice, lentil peas and rice, everything on campus, right? And it had some rough mornings where I didn't eat, and she was very, very caring, and like she went into that caretaker mentality.
He would go all day without eating up until dinner.
That's how I was used to, you know, cooking in night, and I could go a whole day without eating.
Literally. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, so that's she fault for feeding.
So he blames his weight gain on me, you guys.
Yeah, if I see pictures of me, I was real small.
Actually, we can insert one.
Yeah, we could insert one. The audio people would know. So basically, I'm gonna describe my body. It was real hot, real attractive. Had
big
abs,
muscles,
big muscles. Big
Don't lie
calves.
to the people. Don't lie to the people.
Dirty blonde hair.
Don't lie to the people.
I was looking real sweet.
Don't lie to the people.
She was looking even sweeter than me.
If you want to see, you guys. Stop it. If you guys want to see, you guys can come onto our platform that this is streaming, YouTube most likely, and see it. See the pictures.
Or just check out our pages.
That's true.
Yeah,
Stalk us.
You see there.
But yeah, so I was making him lunch almost every day, and he would eat it. And a lot of the times it was...
not every day. It was like ever so often. It wasn't every day.
Or snacks. I'd give you snacks too.
Yeah, I would come over. I started coming over not in the nighttime. I started coming over like lunchtime and stuff.
Right. I would make him... I called them peanut butter burritos, the best things in the world.
Yeah, boy, what's that? I love peanut butter, and I never hear about this in my life.
So it's a tortilla. It's a tortilla with peanut butter, and then you add honey, and then you just roll it up. It's like,
yeah,
but I called it a
just roll it
burrito
up.
because like the peanut butter kind of looks like the beans, and
Peanut butter honey wrap on it. That if I
It's so
have
good.
if I love peanut butter and I have a little bit of a sweet tooth, it makes sense. It's like a snack.
yeah.
You know? It was good.
So I would make him those and give him goldfish, and I always had an applesauce with me. So if he was ever like in class, I'm like, "Did you eat?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Here's my applesauce."
Yeah.
But yeah, so
She started mining me.
what?
You start mining me. You know, I heard that one before.
I don't think so.
When you're mining somebody, it means taking care of them, like
Okay.
looking after them.
Minding?
Mining.
Mining? No, American.
I can't say it in American.
Mining?
Yeah.
So mining?
Yeah, like if you're digging.
Mining. Okay.
Yeah, mining.
Mining,
She was
okay.
mining me.
Okay.
You know?
So we just learned a
minding my
new word.
business, mining.
Oh,
Yeah.
but that's minding. Like I'm minding my
Yeah,
business.
that is different. That is different. That's what I'm trying to say. That's different.
You guys
Wait, what?
you guys just learned a new word with me.
She was mining me.
Anyways, so yeah, so I was taking care of him, and obviously I was interested, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that was October, end of October.
End of October, yeah.
At this point, roommate 1.
Although we now reached 3 months in, you know,
Yeah,
of-
only.
of school. This was
Yeah.
a month of knowing each other.
So roommate 1
Or
was
2 weeks, 3 weeks? No, it was about,
No,
about a
it
month
was
of
about
knowing
a
each other.
month.
Yeah.
Roommate 1 at this point was gone most of the time when Justin would come over.
Yeah, she would disappear like a ghost.
And it was either, and we had our issues in the room too. Like it wasn't just with Justin. Like she would spend a whole hour in the bathroom, and her class would be at 9 and mine would be at 8. She would get in the bathroom at 7 and be
take
in
up
there
all the
for a
time.
whole hour. I'm like, I need to pee and brush my teeth and, get
Yeah,
ready
she would
for
take up all
class.
the time, right through.
So Savannah and I ended up getting really close because we would just like change right in front of each other. But we were both sports players, so we were used to it, like just
Yeah.
changing in front of each other.
I would know because I wasn't in the room.
Well, duh.
I didn't change in front of the boys in my dorm.
So that's all that was happening really with roommate 1 at that point.
She would braid my hair and thing. Like I do all kind of crazy things with my hair all the time.
Right.
And
This
I would
poor
be holding
kid.
she hand. At one point, I remember like, your hand's real soft, boy. Wow. And I'll just be like messing with she hands.
Yeah.
And like she would be messing with me, like my hands and thing. I
Taking
would take
his
she
ring, yeah.
I literally take she ring, dog, and I would leave the room and then I'll bring it back in.
Right.
Like I was, kind of man. So I was playful. So that's what was happening. Like
Right.
we hung out in the room, we watch movies together, we eat food together, she
Yeah.
make food for me.
I'd
I
hang out
think-
with Jamie and Steve. We would hang
Yeah.
out on the same, like, because at that point at Regent, it wasn't, we say illegal, but like it wasn't against the rules to like sit on each other's beds, like opposite
just to
gender.
hang out on the bed and stuff.
So we would sit on the same bed and like,
Group setting. might I
yes,
say.
not
Yeah,
by,
yeah, yeah.
but not by ourselves.
Yeah, it would be because of how our studio was. You would have to either sit on the
floor,
ground or sit
yeah.
on a bed, and people would just sit down wherever they
It
wanted.
was a love seat couch, so only like 3 people max could fit.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
So yeah, so like we would sit on the bed, on one of the beds, and it
Yeah.
would like there would be another person up there with us. Like it wasn't just us, but
Yeah.
like we would gravitate towards each other more.
When was the chicken and rice story? Is that after this?
No,
Oh
that's
yeah.
around this time.
So around the
I
same
forgot about
time, right?
this.
When you
So-
started making food for me, right?
Right. I started making food, so he started coming
Snacks.
over.
Let me say snacks. You started giving me food.
I was making you food too. I'd make him
She would make
sandwiches
me
and stuff.
sandwiches. And honestly, sandwiches pull me through the day real good. Like sandwiches
Right.
is something that I absolutely could just take, eat, and go on my way.
Right.
You know?
So this was one of the times where he didn't eat anything for the day. So it was nighttime. He
Yeah.
hadn't made any dinner. He was hanging out in the girls' dorm. He wasn't planning on making any dinner.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I made some creamy chicken and rice if you'd like some. It's a new recipe.
Never
know?
heard about that before.
So it's like cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, a
Yeah.
chicken breast, some rice. You mix it all together, add some seasonings, whatnot, Don't say anything. And so I think this was before we started. This was still in October, before November. Shut up. Get that smile off your face. So I I was like, you can have some if you want. He's like, yeah, maybe just a little bit. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So I had these little blue bowls. They were like, like it was like a toddler bowl,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
explain it better for the listeners. So I gave him like 2 scoops of that, and he tastes it, and I'm like, if you don't like it, like, it's okay, that's fine. And he's like, it just kind of tastes like airplane food. And like jokingly, my jaw dropped. But then the reality of what he just said kicked in, and my eyes just started watering. What do you mean my food tastes like airplane food? You know how crazy that is? Okay,
so
no,
I
don't
said
wanna
it.
hear it.
I said it. I said it tastes like airplane food, and I said like Caribbean airplane food because when you fly from Trinidad to Miami,
you
Caribbean.
corrected yourself
Yeah, I
after
corrected
I
myself.
started crying.
No. I corrected myself before that, but
when my mouth was still on the floor.
Yeah. And I said Caribbean. If you fly Caribbean Airlines from Trinidad to Miami, you usually get like a meal, right? I wouldn't say it's the best meal, but Caribbean Airlines meal on that flight is way better than any other meal I've had on a plane. For like a generic meal, like a free
Right.
meal, a complimentary meal, is better than most plane food,
Granted, I did add like paprika and chili flakes in it.
Yeah.
But I didn't add enough. Granted, that is fair. That's a fair statement.
Yeah.
But to me, airplane food is bland and gross and nasty, and nobody wants to eat it. It's like hospital food. It's not the best. So my jaw's on the floor, and he's like, no, like Caribbean airplane food. And my eyes just start welling with water.
Yeah, and that was the first time I actually hugged her. This was before the holding hands and stuff. Yeah. I think this was the first time I actually hugged her.
Yeah, the first touch of actual we would side hug sometimes, or we would high five and fist bump and stuff.
Yeah. It was a weird interaction. Like I was real afraid to hug anybody
because of my first roommate. He didn't want to leave.
Well, not just that. Like there were other people on campus that were like, hugging is too friendly. Like even if you're real close with somebody and think hugging is too friendly. Mm-hmm. But then it had friend group, my friend group with Jamie and whatnot, and that was chill, that was normal. So I knew them, so I knew how they acted, I knew how they were, I knew what they expected, that kind of stuff. Same thing with Josh, like things like that. Right. And with you, I hadn't learned anything about you with that yet.
We didn't even mention this part. So I was on the couch, and then I had my roommate. And then I had Josh and Jamie and Sierra.
Yeah, they were all in the room.
All in my room. And he says this in front of all of them. And they're all like, Justin. And I'm over here, tears in my eyes, like trying. I'm like, no, it's okay. It's okay.
And I real standing up there, and I standing up eating, and I was like, no, it's not like bad. It's just like it tastes like Caribbean airplane food, and like it just it's a little different. And I see the water start tearing in she eyes. And I was like, nah, boy, I just made this girl cry. In my head, I was like, let me comfort her, right? I gave her a hug and I apologized. But at the same time, I was like, that is it. I done with this girl. Like, she done with me. Like, we done. Like, no more friendship. Right. You know what I mean? It was dread. It was real dread.
But we kept hanging out. Like, it didn't ruin the friendship. It was just like, okay, well, now I'm going to season my food different. Like, okay.
Yeah. She actually started seasoning it different.
So, but what hurt my feelings was the fact that I'm feeding this dude. I'm literally giving him life by feeding him. He's not
she
dying.
She giving him all she food. She trying she best. And I call it airplane food.
Right. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I just won't feed you anymore. I get it. Like, if you hated my food, you should just said that from the beginning. I would have wasted my food on you.
It wasn't even that, but we play up things eventually. And I would say it could have gone way worse.
Right.
Yeah, it could have gone way worse. And as I said, we were playful. Like, we were playful. Right. We were sarcastic. We were joking. We had that kind of bond already. And it was the first time I actually made her cry or tear up.
Right.
And then she was okay after that. Like, it was a stepping stone for us, I feel like.
Right. It made us closer in some way.
It made us closer because she could actually season food now. Not having married, I could eat good food.
Whatever. So...
Yeah, so that is it to the airplane story.
That was the end of October.
Yeah,
November comes along.
This Saturday morning, right? I know I had to go to the store and get stuff, right? And earlier in the week, like I think like 2 days before, she said she needed to go to the store on Saturday and whatever.
No, I needed gas.
Oh, she needed gas, yeah. So I remember that. I messaged and I was like, hey, you still need to go for gas, any company or anything like that. Something like that I said, right?
No, he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm about to go get gas. He's like, oh, can I come? I was like, yeah, sure.
Yes, that is what it was.
Yeah, I was
right.
like, yeah, sure, come on.
I was literally like, as she said in the other episode, the Trini side of me of being blunt and direct is what come out. Anybody else found that very like offensive to do, like be
Right.
like invite yourself somewhere. To me, that was normal.
Right.
I just be like, if I have a friend, I can be like, yeah, I could pull up to your house, I can do this, you know, we could go
Right.
and do this, we could bust a lime, you know, things like that.
Right. Busting a lime means like hanging out. It's like a hangout session.
You see bust a lime.
No, busting a lime. Just kidding.
You say bust. No tea. No tea. Bust a lime.
Bust a lime.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's like hanging out. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah, it's like hanging out and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just like, he wouldn't ask himself because he didn't want to like be offensive or like invite himself. And so when I asked, he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, white Tacoma, you know, just I'll come pick you up at the boys' side.
And I saw the truck before. Like, for me, trucks is a big deal.
Right.
Like, I really like, they call vans trucks, right? The Tacoma is like a Hilux is a van for the Trini listeners and the Trini viewers. But
right.
Some people claim that I got to her because of her van. But it wasn't the case because I did not know it was her vehicle. I didn't know she was this big Texan driving a nice truck and thing.
And there was another one that also had another Texas license plate too. That was same white Tacoma.
Yeah. But I knew yours because of the rims.
And the stickers.
Yeah, the stickers too. When I tell her, she have this real nice 2015 Tacoma that she got from her dad.
His name's Sir Thomas.
She named the truck. But it was a decent truck, you know. It was an older model Tacoma. It was in good condition. And I walk out in the parking lot and I already knew which vehicle it was. I just looked for it to see where it is.
Right.
And I meet you out there. And we went to the gas station.
Yeah, and
she drove.
I drove, and he got out and pumped my gas, and I was like, "What a gentleman!" No way.
Girls, I pumped your gas. I'm pretty sure I pumped gas once before in the US before this moment.
Right.
But this moment, I got out. I was chivalrous. I opened the doors for she and thing.
Right.
And I was like, "How you just do this? Like, what gas you just get? Like, what's the difference and them kind of things?" And she said it was a gas truck, not diesel, because up there diesel more expensive. They use gas.
Right.
This is our next thing to talk about. The chivalry.
Right.
So up there, people just be like, oh, chivalry dead and whatever, right? And this kind of might maybe come across flirty for people. I was told it came across as flirty, but anytime it's a girl trying to get in and out of a building, I would open the door and close it for them, like that kind of thing.
That's fair.
That should be a generic standard. You know?
But the car door is different.
Car door to me is just chivalry. Like,
car door is different. Car door is flirty.
Well, whatever it was.
So
whoever got me to the end.
Yeah. So he was doing all this stuff and like opening my doors for me and whatnot and pumping my gas. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Tell Ole when you meet the Trini. She couldn't resist, you know.
So
Trini to the bone.
I don't remember. He was talking about this is a really nice truck, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I was telling him the story behind
it.
And I was like, do you want to drive?
Yeah, out of the blue, after the full gas, we get back in the vehicle. Yeah. And she was like, you want to drive?
Yeah.
And I watched.
He's like,
I said,
really?
No way.
And I was like, well, like, are you like, you have a license, right? Like, you're allowed to drive? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, you can drive. I mean, my insurance covers anyone that's driving the car.
Listen, she let me drive that van.
From that day on, I rarely drove unless I was driving myself to work.
And this was when we were still friends. We were still friends. We wasn't together. We wasn't in a relationship. We were friends. Right. And since that point on, whenever I had to go anywhere, she would give me a ride or Josh would give me a ride. It started turning from Josh to her.
Yeah.
And if she was going anywhere, she would let me know. And we would just like,
hey, I got to go to the store. You want to come? Or like, hey,
yeah,
I'm going to go get a coffee. You want to come? Or...
Yeah. I wouldn't want to go without any vehicle.
Right.
Let me make that clear.
And at this point, I was friends with your friend group.
Yeah.
So if we went to Top Golf and Justin drove.
Yeah.
Drove us to Top Golf in my truck.
And that for me was a big deal. For the listeners, for the viewers, that was a big deal for me because...
What was?
Driving. Getting a vehicle to drive. Because that gave me so much more freedom on campus.
Yeah.
When you're on campus and you have no vehicle, you have to Uber or you have to rely on people to take you places.
Well, and the closest thing is...
15 minutes.
15-minute walk.
Yeah. This was a big deal to me because one... The idea of driving in the US on the other side of the road and whatnot and be able to drive a van was a big deal to me.
At this point, I didn't know that it was on the opposite side of the road. I didn't know
Yeah.
that Trinity's, that in
She-
Trinidad, you drove on the opposite
She
side
let
of the
me
road.
drive and she didn't know it was the next side of the road.
No,
I drive on.
I had no idea. I just,
yeah.
I didn't want to drive anymore. I was tired of it. I was tired. I was like, he's interested. Okay, cool. Drive my car.
Yeah.
And also, it was a way of flirting. He was so interested in my truck. I was like,
Yeah, and she just texted with that truck. Like at that point, it kind of changed the dynamic a little bit.
but something that you guys have to know is my wheels are too big for my truck. My truck needs to be lifted.
Yeah.
And so
badly.
if you turn, it like scrapes and it makes a terrible sound. Everybody stares at me.
Fenders is just robbed.
So like I had to give him that warning of like, hey, by the way, don't turn too sharply or else.
Yeah. Rob all the fenders.
Yeah. So
yeah, that is the first time I drive with her. I drove her, and since then I basically driving. Since
Forever?
October, November 2022, I basically driving she almost every single day.
So then November.
Yeah, we still in November. That was like the first week, second week in November.
End of November.
Yeah, coming to the end of November now.
Thanksgiving comes around and I'm driving to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I have some family that lives down there. And I was driving by myself. And it's like it's the halfway point between Texas and Virginia. It's Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee is the exact halfway point. So it was an 11-hour drive by myself in one day.
So you thought you was gonna be by yourself.
Oh, right. Yeah. I thought I was going to be myself the first drive.
It was a big deal because she thought she was going to be by herself on the first drive.
The first leg.
Yeah.
Well, then...
Before that happened, before she went on the Thanksgiving trip, there's a big detail we left out.
What's that?
We went on this late night drive together. Remember how we started talking about it and we stopped? We went on this late night drive together a few times.
No, you said that was after.
No, it's before because this is the night when things happen. So
we
went on this late night drive before her trip. And
listen,
in like the third week of November, whatever it is, we went on a few late night drives already, right?
You guys, listen, this is
and
wild.
We went to Oceanfront, which is a beach city in Virginia Beach. It's the ocean. It's it's a big city. It's like Port of Spain, but like 4 times bigger. We went driving around. We would hang out in the night. We would go with a friend group. We would go with other cars with people and have multiple cars hanging out.
That was the first time I actually hung out was when we went as a whole group with the group.
Right. Yeah.
We went.
So we'd have a lot of group drives, but then we had like a distinctive drive where we hung out until about 6 a.m. Where it was just Tater and I watching the sunrise in this parking lot near the school.
Yeah, we would be in the Walmart parking lot.
Yeah. And just park up, just chilling, talking and whatnot all night long. And it was still about 6 a.m.
You guys.
During that night.
You guys. This kid, I kid you not, was holding my hand. Right? We were holding hands. He drove.
Not too much, yeah.
We were listening to Bruno Mars, my favorite artist. And he friend zoned me.
I friend zoned her. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I gave you every reason to just leave me.
So
I was really testing her.
This was the second time he friend zoned me.
Yeah. The first time I was in our room, we were like watching a movie or something. I'm like, we're just friends and whatnot.
Yeah, he's like, I really care about our friendship.
Yeah, and then this drive is like the second time.
I kid you not. We were literally hands waffled, holding hands. He was in the middle of like rubbing my hand, and he was like, I really care for our friendship, right? No,
we were sitting in the driver's seats with the seats back a little bit, and we were just like talking, looking forward and looking at each other and stuff. And then at one point the place got quiet, and then we just look over at each other. And I was like, I really care about this friendship.
No. You said, we're just friends, right?
Yeah, we're just friends, right? Like, I really care about you and I love this friendship. Something like that I said. I said something like that.
As in the middle of holding my hand. So, of course, me being a girl, I like ripped my hand out of his hand and I like turned my body. I was like, yeah, I know.
She didn't do that.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't rip your hand out.
Did I not?
You didn't turn. No.
I know I turned.
You didn't turn in a way for me to distinctly realize that you turned.
Right.
You kind of subtly turned after a while.
I shifted my body.
Yeah, just a little bit.
In my mind, it was more dramatic than that.
But we weren't holding hands at that point.
Yes, we were.
No. When I said that, we weren't holding hands.
No, I distinctly remember being like, this guy's saying this, and he's in the middle of holding my hand.
No. telling him we weren't holding hands. I don't think we were holding hands.
I think we were holding hands.
I'm pretty sure we weren't holding hands because that's not something I would have said while we were holding hands, honestly.
But at some point that night, we were holding hands.
Yeah, at some point in the night, we were holding hands.
So,
but then we ended up being there for like another hour to hour and a half just talking.
No, it was weirdly quiet. We were low-key falling asleep.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it was falling asleep a little bit. Talking a little bit, falling asleep and an out kind of thing. And then we drove back to campus. Nothing happened.
Right.
And then Thanksgiving came around.
Right. I come home one day and my cousin Mackenzie, shout out Mackenzie, love you, was in my room.
Yeah.
And when I first walked in, I was like, who is this woman standing in my kitchen? Like, I have no idea who this woman is. What the heck? Apparently, she reached out to my mom and reached out to my roommates and, like, got a ticket.
Planned the whole thing to surprise her.
She had my roommate, Savannah, pick her up from the airport.
Yeah.
Like, it was just the weirdest, like...
thing to happen.
Right. And so, the night before we were supposed to leave, Justin comes over.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point... My cousin is and was one of my best friends. Like, she knew everything about my situationship. She knew everything about Justin. So, like, she was interested to see, like, who these people are that I've been talking about. So we were all hanging out, just having fun, you know, listening to music. And I'm like, okay, I got to go finish packing. So I go into my room and I start packing. And Justin comes in and, like, we're talking and he says something where he's like, okay, well, I think he was getting ready to leave. He's like, all right, well, I'll talk to you later. And I was like, okay. And he goes to hug me. But it was like low key, like I thought he was about to kiss me. And I was like, with my cousin in the other room, like, this is so weird.
Yeah. It was just a hug. She was leaving for like a week.
Right. And it wasn't even a week. It was literally a weekend.
Yeah. 22-hour drive one day, 22-hour drive next day, and then like 2 days in between.
22 hours. No,
I mean,
11.
11.
So he leans in, and it was just one of those, like, it was like more intimate than just like a normal hug. And I was like, okay. We were like holding hands and like playing with each other's hair, like even in front of our friends.
We were very playful together. Like, we were very flirty. Nothing was official. We were just being very flirty.
He leaves, and then he was like texting me. We were texting all the time, constantly, like throughout everything.
Yeah.
And he was like, so what time are you leaving in the morning? And I was like, oh, like we got to be up by 5 so we can leave by like 6. You know, we got to pack the truck and everything. And he's like, oh, okay. Well, then I was like, if you're awake, because he doesn't sleep, I was like, if you're awake, call me, wake me up, you know?
Yeah.
So he calls me and he's like, hey. And at this point, I had a spare key with me. So I just gave it to Justin because I was like, if I get locked out, at least I know that Justin will have my key. You know?
Like, she trusts me fully, you know. Like, I could have like kidnapped you or something,
stolen my truck, and
I could have steal your vehicle, all kind of thing. But where I was going to go, put it on a cargo ship back to Trinidad,
right?
But she just trusts me fully, though,
right?
Fully.
And so I wake up to a call, and he's like, hey, by the way, like, it's time for you to wake up. And I was like, okay, thanks. And then he was like, also, I brought the truck around, so whenever you're ready, you bring your bags down. He wasn't allowed to go up to my apartment because it was curfew.
Yeah.
So it was 5 a.m. and not 8 a.m.
Yeah. And I literally, I stayed up all night.
Yeah.
And by about 4:30, I went down. I sat down in the truck with the truck off at first. And I just waited a bit. You know, I was going to wait till 5 with the truck off. But it was coming to winter and it was cool. Like, it was cool. I was in these short pants and a hoodie. And it was cool inside of the truck just sitting on there. So I put the truck on about 4:45 in the morning or something like that. I let it warm up. And then I called her. And then she woke up and whatever. And I was like, I waited downstairs. I waited about half an hour to an hour.
But we had to get like her stuff ready, my stuff ready. We had to, like, you know, clean up my bed and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so I go downstairs. My cousin goes and waits in the truck because, like, we're about to leave. And I was doing all the driving just to make sure I could do it.
I load up their bags and everything.
And he goes to hug me again. And this time it was the same thing, more intimate. And we thought, because we being me, my cousin, he waited for my cousin to get in the car before he, like, tried to hug me or anything. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. He's going to kiss me. And he didn't.
Yeah, I didn't kiss her.
He just hugged me. And I was
playing it safe.
Okay.
I was playing it safe. I was still testing the waters. We was on being real flirty and thing already, honestly. We was
Holding
basically
hands,
together. But
right.
we wasn't saying anything about it. I just didn't want to make that step yet. It had some things in my mind to get over first.
At this point,
Multiple things happening this week,
right.
literally.
This is when, right before we went into my room when I was packing to leave with Mackenzie, we had a winter ball. And he's like, okay, well, like, I can buy your ticket. And, like, then it would be a deal. And I was like, okay, but if we're not going, like, as a couple, then, like, let me pay you back.
Pay me back,
And
yeah.
he's like, no. And I was like, okay, so then we're going together. And he's like, no, we're going as in a friend group. This was the conversation I had in the bedroom before I left.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me pay you back. And he's like, no. And
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
was
then
like,
we're
no,
going
like-
together. He's like, no, we're going with a friend group.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, then take my money. And he's like, no. It was only
I was like, I can't do that.
$25.
I was like, you're a friend. Like, I'm
Right.
not going to do that to you. Like, I pay for you. She wasn't going to go to the ball in the first place, so I paid for her to go with us.
Well, and I was
And-
telling him, I was like, if you don't take this money, then we're going as a couple. And he's like, no, we're going as just friends, but I'm not taking your money.
So I think we had a conversation about it in the same conversation. I was like, well, we don't want to be going as a couple, and then like people are, like start saying things and whatever, and like they jump too fast to conclusions,
Right.
even though they did it with me in the past. Like, so there are certain people.
So I go from Virginia to Tennessee with Mackenzie. The whole time he's texting me, hey, how you doing? Are you staying awake? Blah, blah, blah. Well, at one point, my cousin goes over to her boyfriend's house for the night. She's spending the night there because she works right over by his place.
Yeah.
So I was just on the phone with Justin. This was like 2 nights before I left. And during that day, we were texting the whole time. And he was like, hey, can you send me a picture of your dress for the winter ball? And I was like, if you'll take my money.
No, she didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
She didn't
But
say that.
he sent me, I sent him a picture. I was like, sure. He's like, that's what I thought. I just found a suit that matches perfectly with it. Okay,
Yeah.
so if it matches perfectly, then we're going together. So I brought up that point, and like he kind of just blew it off. Like he didn't really reply because he was with his friend Josh at the time in Maryland.
Yeah, I spent Thanksgiving with my boy Josh and his family. Very nice family.
It was his first Thanksgiving too.
First Thanksgiving in the US.
So
with a family that's not my own. I think I did a small Thanksgiving with my family in New Jersey.
Oh.
But Auntie Asha and they. But
yeah. So he didn't answer me, and I was like, okay, he just got busy, whatever. So that night we call and we talk. This was our first time calling.
Yeah.
We talked for 2 hours.
Something like that.
Late into the
3
night
hours,
because I was used to staying up because somebody messed up my sleep schedule. Yeah, and so
good.
this was the night I was leaving, the night before I left, because remember I had to wake up and go see my cousin at her boyfriend's house to say bye to her.
Drive to her, yeah, which was a bad move on your behalf. Just saying, you know who you are.
I already called her out.
Oh yeah, you did.
But yeah, so we were talking late into the night, and then I left the next morning, and I was texting him, and then I got stuck in traffic.
Yeah, boy.
Major traffic, like an hour and a half. Like it pushed my time back a lot. I was making good timing, and then I finally made it back. I think at this point I was already in Yale's Life 360 group.
Yes, you were. Yeah.
I was already in their Life 360 group.
Where that group is all your friends in Life 360.
But I think it was because I was going to Tennessee.
Yeah.
And so they added me into it. And then they added me as soon as I got back. They added me into their group chat, which was cool.
Yeah.
But that night I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home. I show up and everyone's like, oh my gosh, Tater, blah. And so I go into my room and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go unpack. And Justin's like, okay, I'm gonna go hang out with her. So while I was unpacking, he was sitting on my bed. And we were just chit-chatting, and he says something. He's like, I really want to kiss you. He said, come here. And I was like, okay. So I sit on the bed next to him, and he's like, I really want to kiss you right now. And I said, bet you won't.
No, I said, what would you do if I made a move on you?
Yeah, and I said, bet you won't. And then he kissed me.
Yeah.
And we made out for like an hour.
Yeah, literally. That was literally the moment, you know?
He didn't ever asked me to be his girlfriend, but like we kind of like knew that it was just like us.
Yeah.
And that like there was something going on for sure.
Pretty much.
And I think
that was
like
at
our
the
friends,
end of November, beginning of December.
Right. Our friends kind of caught on because they were like, Jamie was like, are you coming back, Justin? And Justin's like, yeah, for sure. Well, then he never went back, and Justin called
No,
them.
no, no. I went back for like 30 minutes and I said I'm leaving.
Yeah, he's gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
But
and
it was
then I went
weird
back to
because
her
it was
room.
like 10,
Yeah.
and curfew was 12.
Yeah. And I went back to her room and like I thought I played cool. I thought I say, well, I go
They
back.
knew.
And they knew
They
I went back to
knew.
her room.
Because of Life 360.
Yeah. And we make out even more.
Yeah, and then that was it for that one.
Yeah. So that's officially how our story began. It was like very respectable about boundaries and whatnot. We
Yeah.
set them straight from the start. Most people don't know that, but that's where it unofficially started.
Right. That's where we were together
Yeah.
to the end. But if you guys want to hear more about how our relationship went and is going, join us next time.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot more drama to unfold, honestly.
A
This
lot
one was
more.
supposed to have drama, but within everything we just told you all to get to the point of our relationship,
Right.
after this is some crazy things going to happen, honestly.
It's worth the
madness
watch.
in the second semester of our schooling, in the second semester of being
Yeah.
at school. I will enjoy what we have to say, basically.
Right.
It's
Right.
real bacchanal. I'm not gonna lie. I said that in
So-
the last episode. This episode had some bacchanal, but next
Next
episode
one
is
is-
literally the
and
roommate
it's-
comes back.
Yeah, it's not his bacchanal. It's roommates bacchanal.
Bacchanal.
But yeah, so
drama. Say
yeah,
drama.
it was the roommates drama.
Yeah.
You know.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Jinx.
So that's basically it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for supporting us.
If you guys think that Justin was in the wrong for friend zoning me twice, comment down below.
It actually happened 3 times, but you're going to hear about
If you're team Justin, comment a purple heart. If you're team Tater, comment a yellow heart.
Yeah, that could work. Yeah,
you know?
that's basically it. All stay tuned. Check the next time to the notifications, wherever it is you had to do. We're new to this. Give us some criticism. Give us some comments. Let us know what to do better. Let us know how to cut this down. If you all think it's too long, too short, let us know and we will improve going forward.
So
thank you very much for supporting us.
Yeah. Catch you guys next Wednesday. Wait, what Wednesday?
Yeah, wait, what Wednesdays? My name is... Wait.
Catch us next Wednesday for our Wait What Wednesdays.
Yeah, later.